I did some work on the 99th Dan Hamming. The current issue is I've got to figure out how to make it look like one of the three's heads have turned to face who I've currently decided to name Kyle, although I may decide to change this to Quincy, based off of the first hero I got from Bloons Tower Defense 6. I did a bit of research on the Bloons Tower Defense wiki. It turns out that each player can only place down one hero per game onto the track, which is a bit of a shame. Part of what motivated me to play so much today was I hoped that upon reaching level 50, I would be able to place down 2 heroes onto the track per game. But it turns out there's no point in which you'll be able to do that. Although, if you do co-op mode, then each player can place down one hero. And the hero you place down is determined by whoever you select. I bought Adora, the High Priestess, for 5,000 monkey money due to her eventual ability to shoot 8 divine bolts at once that pierce you through balloons. But that was when I thought I would be able to place down 2. There was a point in which I'd be able to place down 2 heroes within the same game. I enjoy Quincy's snarky attitude at times. he says seriously, and oh, come on, whenever you leak balloons. The wiki told me that his true potential comes at the late game. As when the later levels grant him extra damage to MOAB class balloons. And he has quotes for whenever a Z, OMG, BFB, or other such MOAB class balloons arrive onto the stage. The wiki also told me that there's unique quotes for when you select, deselect, and then select your hero enough times within a short period of time. So I tested it out, and it's pretty understandable. I had to select and then deselect Quincy, I think roughly 6 or so times before I got the "oh quit it" quote from him. I think my favorite quote one of my favorite quotes is when he says, "oh, come on." It can be pretty relatable when you end up losing the stage in free play mode. It's a nice and funny finish. I'm currently trying to get the second medium badge in the game Punk-O-Matic 2, which oddly enough is currently owned by less than 5,000 players. And the easy badge is owned by roughly 50,000. Even though the game has 1 million plays. And again, all the badges involve you taking the story pretty seriously. Based off of the information I've been given, it seems that most of the players historically simply compose their own songs. And yeah, Punk-O-Matic 2 is basically just a tool where you can compose your own music and have fun. Excuse me. You can compose your own music and then play it to have some fun. However, I find that process to be pretty tedious, especially when I know there are covers that I can unlock and play and get the joy of sort of strumming out on my keyboard. And building up some muscle memory. That sort of thing. I'm always going to pick player 1, and these are the default keys for player 1. And initially I was going to go with drum, but as it turns out, that instrument is extra difficult. I got a warning on that. So from here on out, I intended to always go with bass. But then I sort of learned the hard way that they weren't kidding, because they accidentally picked drum and hit accept. So it was too late to change it or to back out by the time I noticed the mistake. But I still managed to do a pretty good job. Oddly enough, though, when you get to, I think, the movie theater or something, you can only play, you have to play the songs on normal difficulty. Can't do it on easy anymore. I always had a felt that it would gradually get more difficult, but what instead happened was a sort of sudden difficulty spike. I'm going to have to get back in the saddle, so to speak, and finish what I came out to finish. I've unlocked 10 covers, but that still leaves 5 more to go. Dad's giving me the rest of these chips he got as part of his lunch while he was out working as a mailman. Yeah, thanks, Dad. That was a pretty good plate.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
How are the chips?
Good.
What I got?
The Bella subs. A gift card for $20.
Yep.
But when do you want to go there?
Well, if you're still here tomorrow, I can go there. I'll get you a sub.
All right.
All right?
Well, just remember, I believe tomorrow we're going to have to help Mom set up that Christmas tree.
Yeah, I know. Did she call you?
Yeah, she called me to let you know you talked. That I think she called you, and then you told her.
I said maybe tomorrow, but she might come and get you early. So that you can help her. It all depends on my work. If I'm too tired to go, I'm not going to go over.
Okay. Love you, Dad. I had some I had a can of Italian wedding soup within a sort of plastic bowl at somewhere between 9 and 10 in the morning. Then around noon or so, I had the sandwiches Dad made for me for lunch with a fruit cup. Which I ended up drinking. I failed to get a spoon because I thought I already had one from when I had the soup. But it turns out I put both the bowl and the spoon into the sink. And then I think an hour or two later, I made myself 2 smallish peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And I think I had those with a bottle of water. I got the medium badge for completing Factory Balls, the Christmas edition on Congregate. Though it ended up being pretty tedious, so I procrastinated at times in doing that, but I ultimately managed to do it. I think I sort of procrastinated on it by playing Bloons Tower Defense 6. I played it so much that I drained the battery on my phone. And had to charge it. I charge it through the socket by that small little end table that's beside the bunk bed. Although that socket only charges my phone when the light is on, so I turned the light on even though it was morning and bright out because I wanted to charge my phone and have it be next to my laptop at the same time. I also ultimately decided to use my fingers to wipe the butter packet I got with my garbage plate into the middle between two halves of a bread roll that I got with my garbage plate. I created the two halves by sort of ripping the bread roll in a way so that it was mostly bifurcated. Horizontally. I checked my grades on Blackboard today, and it turns out I will be getting an A in my criminal law class. So that's good. That extra credit I did in my Spanish intermediate Spanish 1 class also helped to boost my grade up to 86.6%. I think that's at least a B, so it all works out pretty well. So yeah. In order to complete the previous winter task, I went and completed province encounters. And also, as for this task, it just so happens it's a good thing that the time to help everyone in my fellowship came up, and then a new tournament started. That's all some pretty good news. Yeah. Today was also the day I worked on. I went and built this altar of the forefathers building. And I replaced one cobbled road with a ornate road, I believe they're called. Oh, ornate street. I was able to activate the technology to promote my sorceresses. So I'm hoping they'll be more effective within combat now. Although I think, at least for now, I would prefer not to use the sorceress squads, or really mage units at all, in particular. Oddly enough, I don't seem to be very effective whenever I use mage units. Though the thing about them is that they cast special abilities onto your enemies that either decrease their attack or decrease their defense, causing them to deal less damage and to take more damage respectively. Hmm. 86. I think it's been roughly an hour between the last part and now. And in that time, I managed to graduate from, I think, Sid's Garage. Though that might be the name of the angsty teenager character with a backwards hat and some bling, if I'm recalling correctly. That's what my memory seems to be telling me. Although I'm having difficulty on the normal difficulty songs that I need to learn to play at least good on in order to add them as covers, unlocked covers, in order to reach the 15 I need to reach in order to get the second medium badge. Playing well at concerts earns you fans, which then makes you earn more money on the next concert. In order to determine whether you'll be able to cover the rental cost, you simply multiply the entry fee by how many fans you have. And you're good to go if that number is higher than the rental fee. For the bar, it's $500 and has an entry fee of $5. So you need at least 100 fans in order to pay the place off. Even with, at the end, even though I did pretty well, at the end of my first concert at the bar, the person I'll assume for now is Sid, said that I was barely paying the place, but that I'm good for now. If I win their hearts, which I am managing to do, I'll fit right in. Wait a minute, this is the same one that I got last time. What are the odds of that? Right now, I just need to try and figure out what I need to do for the normal difficulty songs, covers. The Alvanade Logistics Center. Interesting. I'll shuffle this. Got a snow sculpture building. This is some ancient knowledge. By the way, there's a chance of getting knowledge points from this, so it's important to take this precaution. And thanks to some trades I made with other players, I now have what I need in order to activate that research. All I need now is the knowledge points. Hmm. 5% coin rain that I could use to help me to upgrade the main hall again. Thing is, I don't currently have the population for that. Inspiring meditation. Ultimately, 4 winter gifts. Which is ultimately good, especially if you're able to double it. I completed some tasks for a character I assume is either the trader or the trade advisor, something like that. It's none of these two portraits. This is, I assume, the new temple guardian. Ooh! A pretty lucrative reward for me, considering I'm trying to get those 2 ancient wonders. And it goes hand in hand with this one. Is this a ginger snap? I'm getting the impression that it is. You think this one's a peanut butter. It definitely tastes like peanut butter. And this one's chocolate with powdered sugar. Yeah, well, it does taste at least a little chocolatey to me. So far, there's currently one normal difficulty song cover I am able to play with an awesome performance. Generally the same as the easy difficulty song covers.